According to one survey, the average time of an ambulance in the United States to reach an emergency is 15 minutes. Imagine if you could reduce that time to 3 minutes or even less. Well, one organization based here in Jerusalem has imagined that, and they believe it can change the world. This is what it's like to ride through the streets of Israel on an ambucycle. It weaves through traffic where an ambulance cannot. CBN News got a first-hand look.
We're riding around with United Hatzalah volunteers here on the streets of Jerusalem, where they can respond to a medical emergency or an accident within 90 seconds. It's really the game changer in life-saving emergency medical care.
We think that the largest cause of preventable death in the West is waiting for an ambulance. And United Hatzalah addresses that by getting a volunteer, someone who's trained, equipped, notified, and in the immediate vicinity of the victim to that person within 90 seconds or in a larger geography, 3 minutes.
United Hatzalah, which means rescue, is the inspiration of Eli Beer.
People die every day waiting for help. My dream for United Hatzalah is make sure that no one will ever die from things that they could be saved. Growing up, I decided I want to become a doctor and save lives.
Beer shared that dream on a TED-Med talk that went viral. He said as a young ambulance driver, he often arrived at an emergency too late to save a life, and decided to change that.
Together with 15 of my friends, we were all EMTs. We decided, let's protect our neighborhood. So when something like that happens again, we will be there running to the scene a lot before the ambulance.
From 15 friends years ago, today United Hatzalah has 5,000 volunteers throughout Israel. Their ability to respond to an emergency in 3 minutes or less rests on 3 things: the ambucycle, volunteers available at a moment's notice, and technology connecting them.
You know, Israelis are good in technology. Every one of us has on his phone, no matter what kind of phone, a GPS technology done by Nowforce. And whenever a call comes in, the closest 5 volunteers get the call. And they actually get there really quick and navigated by a traffic navigator to get there and not waste time. And this is a great technology we use all over the country and reduce the response time.
There's another emergency that just went off right now. We're currently in United Hatzalah's National Command and Dispatch Center. And what's happening right behind me here is that volunteers from around the country in the 8 different regions that we broke the country down into are being dispatched to emergencies. We receive about 1,000 emergencies per day.
Then volunteers from each cross-section of Israeli society go into action.
It's really the drive and the desire for people to help save lives. And they come from every walk of life and every population group in Israel. We have volunteers who are Jewish, who are Muslim, who are Christians, who are Druze, who are Bedouin, each working in their communities to save lives.
That's where the ambucycle comes in.
Everything that's in an ambulance is in this ambucycle.
Yeah. So this is like life-saving measures within the first couple of minutes of a crisis.
So I get to the call within 3 minutes or less. I arrive, I throw on my jacket, and I immediately start treating. Everything that the ambulance has, except the stretcher, is in this box right here. I have a defibrillator under the seat, and everything else is in this bag.
This life-saving equipment can often get to an emergency sooner than an ambulance. This real-life video shows an ambulance stuck in traffic and an ambucycle weaving its way through. But they exist to complement rather than compete with the ambulance.
Basically, we're there to fill the gap. So until the ambulance arrives, in those first crucial, critical minutes, we have help is on scene. Help has arrived, we are stabilizing, and by the time the ambulance comes, he is ready for transport to the hospital. And getting there in 90 seconds is the game changer in EMS worldwide.
That time gap can mean life or death.
I can tell you every second counts, and if you wait 2 more seconds for someone who has no oxygen for more than 6 or 7 minutes, there's no chance of saving that person. And if you do save him, that person will have damage for the rest of their life and will need assistance. So by having thousands of volunteers, think about it, it's like Uber, everywhere.
Gavi Friedson has responded to more than 9,000 emergency calls. Now he's in the U.S. to spread the news about this revolution in emergency response.
I meet with police chiefs or fire chiefs, other medical professionals, even mayors of the city, to really try to understand what it is that we do, what we've accomplished, and that they can get it done too.
Friedson believes an untapped U.S. labor force is just waiting for the opportunity to save lives.
I tell them we have so many veterans who are medics, who are probably at home, or even retired doctors and physicians that it's possible that they're trained, they want to help, they just need that, someone that can really lift them off and get that ball rolling.
The revolutionary model is now rolling in Jersey City and 5 other countries.
This is simply an amazing revolution. Every minute, every other minute during the day, someone is leaving his job, is leaving his home, is leaving his holiday just to go save someone who he doesn't even know and get there within 2 minutes or less and save his life.
United Hatzalah has responded to more than 2.5 million calls in its history. The dream is to take it worldwide.
The global vision is people shouldn't die waiting for ambulances. Very simple.
Nothing like this exists anywhere else in the world. It's an Israeli innovation and an Israeli invention that it's our dream is to bring it to everybody else so that victims of heart attacks and strokes and choking and bleeding have the same chance of life in Jersey City, in Omaha, Nebraska, in Panama, in Mexico, as they do in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv.
Bear sees it as another way Israel wants to help beyond its borders.
This is a tikkun olam. This is a gift to the world. We are light over the nations in terms of many things. Technology. No one realized that in medicine, fast response, Israel is the fastest in the world, and we could share this with everyone. Anyone who wants to learn from us, we're there for them.
It all started in Israel. It works comprehensively in Israel. It's our goal to bring this around the world and to make it Israel's gift, a light unto the nations.
We're here for the mission of God. If we're good to each other, God will be good to us, and that's why we're here. United Hatzalah is an example of goodness, of ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Be good to the other the same way you want the others to be good to you. And that's our mission.